election reform, I think, is critical for a couple things. It's critical in the short term, just for short-term reasons. And one example I want to give you is what happened to the anti-war movement in 2004. Because we have our system, the system we have, what sort of arose in 2004 was we must vote for anyone but Bush, ABB. And what happened to the anti-war movement in 2004 is it just died. And simply because the anti-war movement was told, you must support the other candidate because we have to get Bush out. Well, the other candidate was a pro-war candidate, so you couldn't have an anti-war movement with a pro-war candidate that you were supposed to support. Well, that killed that movement because that movement was starting to gain strength and was starting to have, at least trying to have a voice on what's going on. Now, there was an anti-war candidate who ran in 2004, but he was basically shut out of the debates and he was pretty much shut out of running in a lot of the other states. That is not a democratic system. A democratic system means people should be allowed to vote for who they want to. So in the short term, I think it's really critical because we are really hurting the social movements in this country by having the system that we have. In the long term, obviously, we need to build up those social movements. And the only way those social movements are going to be able to build up is if they can have political arms that get representation in government. And that's the key thing why you'll see in Europe, you'll see much stronger unions, you'll see universal health care, you'll see people who are fighting for social justice, and they can carry on that fight, and those groups can stay together because not only do they have organizations working with the people in the community, at the community level, in the streets, but also they have people elected in their legislature or their parliament, depending on how the system is set up. So that is critical to have that political space, and so therefore we need to change our voting system so we can have that here, because all these things are tied together.